Chris Neto reporting live from NAB. We're going to continue bringing the coverage from the show as much as we can do. But before I go into that kind of conversation, I need to introduce my buddy here, Alex.
Chris, nice to meet you.
How's everything?
Great.
Let's let's dive right into it, because as we are sitting here recording, this is what you do for a living, sir.
Every day in
Every day.
large buildings with lots of people.
Yes.
Yes.
Tell me about LiveU. Tell this audience about LiveU.
So the thing about LiveU that I wanted to share today, obviously for the audience that works directly with a whole bunch of different verticals, right? Understand that LiveU, it's been around for about 18 years, you know, a very mature company and lots of nerds, right? Lots of cool technology.
We like nerds.
We watched technology over the years evolve, going from satellites to cellular to IP. And we said, you know what, there's a place for all those things. And the important thing is understand the audience and how they use it.
Yeah.
So with LiveU, we work with broadcasters, we work with sports, we work with universities, schools, public safety, state, local, federal agencies. And the technology is all very similar. You know, we have encoders that go in the field. You plug in a signal, a camera feed, and you take that feed via cellular modems, multiple carriers, satellites, Starlink. Take that signal and take it somewhere else. The somewhere else is the cool part.
Yeah.
It's either going up to the cloud, right? This mysterious cloud that's actually a very cold data center somewhere in Virginia.
Somebody else's computer.
Somebody else's computer.
Yeah.
Or it's going directly into a hardened data center on site at a police station or at a university, right? So we do both of those things. Now, what happens between A and B is the cool part. That signal, as it traverses across multiple cellular carriers, satellite signals, every packet of that data, whether it's a camera feed or a data stream or audio, whatever it is individually named with a code. And when it receives back at the destination, it puts Humpty Dumpty back together. So it takes all of those packets that traversed over AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, Starlink, your hotel Wi-Fi, and it puts everything back together in a continuous stream. So that's the LRT, LiveU Reliable Transport. That's what it does. It slices it up and puts it back together. Now, in between that, we have a production suite. So you can do a cloud-based video switcher. You can bring those camera feeds, whether they be from a pickleball tournament in Iowa, a law enforcement search and rescue drone that's flying looking for a missing kid.
Correct.
Or a live shot of somebody, you know, in front of the White House talking about a political story.
Yep.
That video can then be decorated. So when you say decoration, it usually means adding other things, adding graphics, adding closed captioning, adding SCUDdy triggers, right, which is a monetization thing that people use in order to trigger a really annoying advertising break when you're watching YouTube.
Correct.
All these things are what you can do to decorate that signal. Now, once that signal's within the LiveU world, it can also be distributed. So we'll have a conversation with a broadcaster, and they'll say, hey, we have 200 TV stations around the country and 30 universities, and we want to get this press conference shared from our station to all these people. Can you do that? The answer is yes, LiveU Matrix. Really great products. We want to record it. Can you do that? Yes, we can. So all of the options within a normal production workflow, we have parts of the ecosystem that can be leveraged to solve a problem and add value to a customer. So when you talk about the end result, so you're going into a university, broadcaster, police station, wherever it is, they have different rules, right? So we have a whole team on LiveU side that helps them navigate the IT environment, right? The InfoSec security questionnaire, right? These really painful processes that you have to go through, because I've had 3 conversations today about ransomware.
Really?
It's real. Yes. And so security, really important. We have a team, right? And we can go through and work through the security protocol to make sure all the data is secure. So that's sort of a capture, distribution, production world. When you break it down into actual products, so if we're talking about, if you're an integrator and you're approached by XYZ agency, and they say, hey, this is our problem. We have these video signals in the field. We need to get them here. How would you solve that?
Yes.
And so as an integrator, you say, okay, I understand your problem, and I know these 3 different solutions that will make your life better, and we want to be one of those solutions.
Correct. That's awesome. So what the folks on the other end got to realize is that sometimes the network doesn't get there. And when the network doesn't get there, you guys can make that happen.
Yes.
In the past, rolling out satellite trucks was the option, the only option.
Yep.
Very costly, very targeted, very specific, not the easiest thing in the world. You guys have simplified that using modern day technology, obviously with cell phones, but obviously the cell phone cards and cellular bonding is that's where you guys were built yourself on, and that's what you guys have your reputation on.
Yep.
What I would like you guys to realize is that sometimes thinking outside the box and going outside literally may be the best option and may be the solution that some folks are not thinking about. And I know that everybody is big on building the space in an environment, in a building, and sometimes going out those four walls is necessary, and LiveU can help make that happen. Sir, I appreciate the run through, because I think a lot of folks only see the space as four walls. Getting out beyond that is massive. It's a massively important thing, and it's obviously from a business perspective, it's money being left out on the table if you're not even investigating that. So I have to ask the question I've asked everybody else. What makes New York City special for NAB? Why here? Why is LiveU here?
So most of our core customers in the broadcast space are headquartered here in the Big Apple, right?
Yeah.
So we have, and I've been in this industry for 30 plus years, and I have a lot of friends who work within the broadcast space, which is, for the most part, centered here in New York City.
The hub.
So we have the hub, right? And we have a reunion every year here at NAB New York. You're here.
Oh, no, I want to come to your party.
It's happening right now.
All right, we got to talk about this afterwards.
And the great part of it is, when you talk about customer support and customer success.
Okay.
Two different things.
Yep.
The importance of having a relationship with a customer where you become the trusted advisor.
You got to be there.
You got to be there
for them.
And having that in-person time and traveling around to all the customers and having, basically, I was talking to one of our guys the other day, and he was like, I've got 3,600 people who have my phone number who call me regularly because they know if they're in a bind, they pick up the phone and they call me, and they pick up and I solve their problem.
That's awesome.
And it's priceless, right? So we have people within LiveU who are passionate, and they have empathy for the end user of what's going on in all these different verticals. So I guess that's probably the takeaway is being here in New York, having a big core here, our offices in New Jersey, here in New York, globally. We have people, hundreds of people all over the world who love what they do. And they'll support any customer to make sure that it adds value to their world and it works.
In the world of AV, mission critical is a very fancy term. It means don't mess it up, right? And honestly, in the broadcast space, in the time that I spent a little bit of time in the broadcast space, you have one take to get it really good. And if you miss that, doing a second take may not be that.
You can't fix it in post.
Can't fix it in post. Exactly. A lot of things you can't fix in post. So New York is important. Vegas is obviously where you're going to end up at some point. NAB Vegas. We will have a presence there as well. Where do we see you next? I think you guys are on the road with me.
Yes, we're going to be on the road with you. We're going to be at a few universities. We're going to be at a few corporate shows, helping to share information and knowledge about what we do, how we can do it, and basically have this value of the in-person time. And then as all the different products that we have out today, which is a huge line card of different solutions, we have some really cool things coming out, right? We have artificial intelligence with LiveU IQ. We have new software platforms coming out that will add value to our existing hardware and make a more cohesive environment to, again, understand that we can provide a full solution, but we're interoperable with all of the other vendors.
Sounds good.
And we want to work together and make sure that they all work together for the end user.
So I'm going to do a cheap plug,
please.
And since I can do it on this platform, I am going to do it. October 17th, catch LiveU, myself, and a host of others at Georgia State University in Atlanta. If you're in Atlanta, stop by, come see it. They'll give you a quick demo of what's going on. I'll be able to tell you a little bit more about what LiveU can do for your company. And if you don't trust me, you can trust this guy. He's been doing this because he's that guy. For 30 years, he's been in this business. He understands how that works. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your time.
Pleasure.
It was wonderful getting a great overview of the product. One of the product lines that we now, Starin, carry as part of our vertical brand into the media entertainment space. We are, again, live from NAB New York. My name's Chris Neto. I am with Starin. Starin.biz is the website. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching.